I don't think there are many genuine shortcuts to becoming a good portrait photographer, but there are some. Let's talk about props. Hey, I'm JP, and on this channel I talk about narrative photography, how to create images that work on an emotional level, not just an aesthetic one. Oaxaca is a state in southern Mexico. It's one of my favorite places to be. Its connection to the past is everywhere you look, in the architecture, the food, the endless festivals, and of course, in the people. But planning this video brought back one of my least favorite memories from Oaxaca. I was on a photo shoot and things were not going well. My models had cancelled on me at the last minute. I'd scrambled and found some replacements, and they were lovely, but one of them was a little uncomfortable in front of the camera. I could see it in every photo I took, and it was driving me crazy because I didn't know how to fix this problem. I tried everything I knew, talking to them, trying different poses, different light setups. Nothing was working. In fact, the more frustrated I got, the more anxious the model became. Portraiture is different to other types of photography. We can appreciate the composition in a landscape in a purely aesthetic way, but we struggle to do that with portraits. As soon as we see a person, specific regions in our brain light up, analyzing body language and facial expressions. And we're incredibly good at it. We'll notice a tense jawline, dilated pupils, and hundreds more micro expressions. And as soon as we do, our unconscious reacts, boom, flooding us with the appropriate hormonal response. That's why a portrait can affect us at a deeper emotional level than a landscape ever could. And this makes posing a deceptively complex skill. It's not just about maneuvering someone into, a visually pleasing shape. That's important, of course, but it only considers the aesthetic side of things. You can't just ask someone to look less nervous. It doesn't work. I wish it did. It would make things way easier. But I've made that mistake, and it just makes your model way more self-conscious. Think about what you do when you're uncomfortable. You fidget, you crave something to hold on to relax yourself. Personally, I'm not a fan of dancing. I know that's right on brand for a British guy. The only way to get me on a dance floor is to put a beer in my hand. This bottle, it's a prop. It's a security blanket. It's occupying my fidgety hands and giving me confidence to push out of my comfort zone. I didn't understand the power of props in Oaxaca, and my photos suffered as a result. Incorporating props can elevate your portrait beyond simple aesthetics. A carefully selected prop can provide insight into your subject's character, their interests. And in my work, it's often helping to communicate aspects of their history and culture as well. The guitar in this image is helping Javier look and feel more at ease, but it's also reinforcing the romance that's associated with the charro. The guitar helps this scene feel more narrative, less staged. And as you can see, this is a trick I use quite often. Narrative is a big part of what I do, but I also have to make my images visually pleasing or no one would care. And props are great for aesthetic reasons as well, as they can open up more compositional options. In this image of my friend Chris, it's the wraps being used to create a more geometric structure in the image. Sometimes, if you're lucky, a prop can help fix all of these issues in one go. The first time I photographed Alfredo, he was a little uncomfortable in front of the camera and his poses looked stiff. Learning from my mistakes in Oaxaca, I looked around for anything I could use as a prop, and I spotted a rope in the back of his pickup truck. So I asked him to role play with it, to use it as if he was, wrapping up a normal workday. As he started coiling his rope, he relaxed, making the image feel less staged. And then the shape of the rope also gave me way more to work with, and I found this nice composition on the diagonal. That rope added in some context to what he did, because Alfredo was doing, you know, what he does at the end of every workday. When I first started taking portraits, I rarely used props, but now I use them in all my photo shoots. You know, this is a miner's lamp I use with charros. There's like fake flowers here in case the florist is out of the flowers I need. Conches, skulls, I've got boxes full of these things. And I use them because they really work. So if you're ever on a photo shoot with a tense model, look around for a prop. It might turn your session around.